Hey everyone, Mac is back with another guide video. Today we're going to talk about the rebel leaders, and not just attacking the rebel leaders. I'm gonna forego that. I did a video on that about formations and what kind of things you want to focus on there. Today I want to talk about the which specific rebel leaders that you want to attack. So when you do search them in the world map, and they give you two choices. So if you click on the blacksmith, and then you go to forge, and then you go to the rewards calendar, this tells you which ones are active. So today is 12/23, and what's going on right now is the Westerlands Ore Chief and the Narrow Sea Rider or Raider. So these are the two that you can attack, the two rebel leaders. Now you want to pick specifically the ones that are going to benefit you the most. So for instance, this Westerland Ore Chief, if you hover over here, you can see it says building construction bonus. This is probably one of the worst ones. Well, I should say definitely is one of the worst ones to try to upgrade. The building construction, you eventually run out of them, and you don't really need a very high construction rate percentage. You really you just don't need it. So I would almost never attack them. Actually, I would never attack them, because you can see that go back to back. So as in yesterday, we still had the same Westerland Ore Chief thief, as well as the Stoneway Claimant. Now, the Stoneway Claimant, you can see it says fortification attack bonus. So that's not very good either. However, in some of those some of that equipment that's in this that you get from the killing these Stoneway Claimants, or attacking them I should say, go to troop training speed. So that is one benefit of this attacking them. So I would go after the Stoneway Claimant instead of the Westerland Ore Chief. Now for today's one, you want to go after the Narrow Sea Rider Raider. As you can see, it gets infantry and spearman enhancement. Many try to go for either a spear or cav type buff. So this, as for the spear, would be great, and obviously for infantry as well. So this is one that I would highly recommend doing. And then tomorrow the same thing, it's going to be on again, also with the Northern Rebel. So if you get down to here and you can't decide which one, well, the Northern Rebel gives cav and spear, and this one gives infantry and spear. So if you're an infantry spear person, hit this one again. Hit it both days you can. If you're a cav spear person, then hit this one twice. So you just got to know which troops you want to buff. But there are certain ones that you want to avoid. Again, here, like the Hedge Knight. Again, as you can see, it'll give you the training buff as well. Actually, these both buff the same group. I'd have to look to see specifically which ones they buff. But as you can see here, the little green symbol, I have that highlighted because those are the ones that give you the troop training speed. So you're going to want that's why I would say once you get to the Northern Rebel and the Hedge Knight, you're going to stick with the Northern Rebel no matter what. That's the one you're not going to want to upgrade this. So then once you get to the next one after that, the Bolton's Boy, you can see it's cav spear again. That's another one that you're going to want to. So you're not going to hit the Hedge Knight if you don't have to. Just stay away from it and don't worry about that at all. Obviously the Old Town Student is one you definitely want to try to go after too, because they're going to give you that's where you get your research bonuses. So go after that too. And the one thing that you want to do is save up that motivation. Just save it. Don't use it every day. Don't try to keep hitting ones that, okay, so say you come down to the the Riverland Poachers. We'll just say those ones there. So you're over here in this one. This is for building, and I just told you that you don't want to do the building one, so don't do those. Go over to the Riverland Poachers and do those, because they give you the speed ups for gathering. And when you're in KVK and you're just one person, you don't like to fight and you just want to gather, these will increase that speed, so you'll get done much faster. You'll carry a lot more of those resources back to your castle. So this is the one that you'd want to do. But don't, if you have your motivation, this isn't the best one you want to do, especially for fighting. Now, if you just like to gather and that's it, then yes, this is probably a decent one for that. But if you're just a gatherer, this is still not the best one. You want to do the Old Town Student at that point. So once you get to the Old Town Student, once it comes up, as it did on the 18th, then use your motivation. Just use it all. Just spend it all up. Day 1, day 2, whatever you're on, you have enough time to go out and kill a bunch of rebel leaders and do it. Get those level 3s and those level 4s if you can. Then if you're advanced enough and you have an opportunity to go after the level 5 rebel leaders, I recommend doing it on the ones that you want. So, for instance, for me, if I was going to go for the Green Blood Warrior here, I'll kill a couple level 5s. They take a lot of motivation, but if I save them up, throughout the weeks and months, then yeah, once I get here, I can be able to kill a couple of them actually. And you want to use those the buffs as well, the 25 and 50% if you can get those too. So this is just a kind of an overview of that. Just make sure that you're hitting these specific rebel leaders, because it's easy to just go and not even pay attention to it and just hit. Like day 1, you're going to hit this rebel, the northern rebel. Then the next day, you're going to hit the hedge knight, just hitting the first one in every one, and that's it. Well, if you're trying to attack and if you're trying to fight and you're a fighter, you want to get the rebel leaders that are going to buff your equipment or get you more equipment so you can keep buffing it more until you get it maxed out, which does take a long time. So these are just something to look at. And you can see the collection bonus over here can show you what kind of bonuses and buffs that you can get throughout most of these as well. And it shows yours as well, which ones you have. So like for instance, if you go to the very top, the champion set, I have that maxed out, and you can see that they're 10% on that. The iron production, stone production, because a lot of this they double up on a lot of these different things you have here. So that's about it. That's about all I really wanted to talk about. I mean, you can see on here, this is another thing too. You can just kind of hover over and it tells you which ones you want to go for. Obviously, the glorious set you're going to have to purchase. There's some to buy, like as in the Mountain Clan set, you got to buy that as well. Some of these other things too. So yeah, definitely figure out what you're trying to buff. Either if you're trying to do the infantry and spear, then obviously this is a really good set to go after. Even this one has infantry in it, and then this one has the spear in it. So if you were like in that type, where you're going for cavalry, there's cavalry. Skip this one because it has infantry, spear, and then go over this one which just has cavalry. So just kind of a little some little tips just for you for the future. So till the next video, Mac out.